Mississippi is not necessarily known for its progressive policies that are inclusive to those of us who might not be white Christians. And even in this age of civil progress, Mississippi successfully passed an incredibly intolerant bill that basically takes a look at LGBT rights and says, meh, not for me. On Tuesday morning, Governor Phil Bryant signed a law that one might consider to be the absolute worst piece of legislation for LGBT rights that gives people and businesses the right to deny services and products in a wide range of venues due to the opposition to same-sex marriage. The bill also protects those opposed to recognizing the gender identity of transgender people. Governor Bryant also claimed that this bill is only intended to protect the religious freedom of citizens and should not be viewed as one that limits the constitutionally protected rights and actions of citizens. Well, unless those citizens happen to be gay. Then they're going to hell anyway, and we shouldn't let them have a decent time on their way there either. Advocates for this bill claim that it is completely fair for those who wish to deny services to members of the LGBT community if they have sincerely held religious beliefs.
The Constitution guarantees me the right to practice my faith, my religion, anywhere, anytime.
But this isn't just a law about protecting stupid fucking bakers that refuse to make wedding cakes for gay couples. It's so much more than that. As long as people have sincerely held religious beliefs, they will be allowed to refuse to provide counseling services, foster care, and adoption services, even if these services are funded by the government. This legislation also allows for the denial of services, goods, wedding products, medical treatment, housing, and employment to LGBT people. This bill is broad, dangerous, and essentially giving free rein to being an intolerant fuckbag under the premise of protecting your religious beliefs. For example, it's no different than me saying I'm a pastafarian and under my beliefs everyone can have pasta except for left-handed Christian Republicans. And if you're a left-handed Christian Republican, good luck. March your way down to Olive Garden because I don't like to serve your kind around here. And if this concept sounds familiar to you, it's because it's not exactly new. Intolerance is kind of a classic. It's like the Tom Sawyer of novels. How can we not see that this bill, in its essence, is almost identical to Jim Crow laws set in place back in the pre-civil rights era? Let me read you another piece of legislation from a different time in the wonderful state of Mississippi. The marriage of a white person with a Negro or mulatto or a person who shall have 1/8 or more of Negro blood shall be unlawful and void. This law was set in place because at one point in time, African Americans were not viewed as equals, and the concept of a black person marrying a white person offended others, ruined the sanctity of marriage. Do you think it would be acceptable right now for a publicly funded government adoption agency to refuse to work with an interracial couple? If the answer is an obvious no, maybe you'll understand how ridiculous this law is.